Hi, welcome to yoga. My name is Amy. I'll be guiding you through your practice today. And we have with us Susan, who will be helping us with various modifications and helping us to know what forms and shapes we're going to be taking. And then we also have my dog Koa joining us today. So we will start in just a seated position. You can have your legs crossed or your legs underneath you or any other comfortable seated position. So you can close your eyes and allow your hands to rest on your knees or in your lap and begin to notice your breath. Using your attention on the breath, become aware of the present moment. You notice your body on your mat. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin, the feeling of your clothes. Begin to slow the breath down, deepening the inhale, relaxing on the exhale, allowing yourself to become fully present in this moment. Then on your next inhale, begin to just take some pelvic tilts. They might be seated cat and cows. So on your inhale, you kind of bring the belly forward, pull the shoulders back. On your exhale, you round the back, let the pelvis tilt backwards. Inhale, bring the chest forward. Exhale, round back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. This time as we inhale, begin to do circles, so bringing your chest forward and around, and then exhale as you come back. Inhale, letting your chest come forward, finding some range of motion in your shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On this next inhale, begin to reverse the circles. You can make the circles as big or as small as you want, as dramatic or conservative as you would like. Making the circles match the rhythm of your own breath. So they might be slower or faster than mine. Don't mind Koa. She's very excited that we are doing puppy yoga today with her. And then as you come to your next inhale, come back to center. From here, take an arm across the chest, give it a hug with the other arm. And then release and do the opposite arm. As you inhale, you're sitting up tall, and then exhale, release. Good girl. From here, we'll inhale, arms come out and up. And then exhale, let one hand fall to the earth, and then reach up and over with the other hand, with the top hand. And then come back to center, let both arms come up, and then release the opposite hand you did last time, and then find that side stretch. Come up, and then release the hands. This time we'll bring opposite leg in front or on top, whichever one wasn't the first time. And then we'll do some heart opening as we bring our hands interlaced behind us, and then reaching back behind. So opening up the heart. And then release, bringing the hands in front of you, letting the palms face away from you. As you inhale, bring the arms up. As you exhale, bring the arms down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Rounding the back. Inhale, chest lifts, shine the heart forward. Exhale, round the back. Inhale up, and then exhale, release. Good work, Koa. You're a great yogi. So from here, we'll come to tabletop. And we'll do some knee to elbows. So from here, you will stretch that left leg out behind you, keeping the pelvis level, and then bringing the knee to the elbow underneath you. And then stretch it out as you inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow underneath. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to elbow. And then set it down. Opposite leg. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it under. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it under. Engage the core. Feel it contract. And then inhale, reach back. Exhale, crunch. And then set it down. Very nice. From here, knees come wide, big toes together to touch. Press back for child's pose, reaching the arms out in front of you. And then come back up to tabletop. If you have blocks at home, now is the time to grab them. And I'll use Susan as my model. So you're going to place the blocks on the mat and then come to, we'll be on tabletop. So you're going to place your shoulders or your elbows on the blocks. Come down to here. And then interlacing your hands, if that's accessible for you, you'll let your hips drop back towards your heels, let your shoulders come back, and then you'll bring the hands to that small of your neck, or just the base of your neck. And you should feel maybe a stretch in your triceps, just beginning to open up the shoulders as we prepare for tripod headstand today. So letting that weight of your hips go back towards your heels, lengthening the spine, yep, just shifting back. Does that feel okay? Yeah. And you can adjust if you need to bring your elbows wider so it's more comfortable. If you want to bring them closer together, that can change the feeling of the stretch. Very nice. So inhale, long spine. Exhale, let the hips sink down towards the earth a little bit more. And then inhale, come back up, releasing the hands. Very nice. And then you can set the blocks aside. We'll use them a little bit later. And from here, we will begin our Sun A salutations. So I will join Susan again. From here, we curl the toes under, fingers are spread wide, and then lift the knees up, send the hips back, and extend into downward facing dog. It's our first downward facing dog of the day, so you can bend one knee and then the other, walking your dog, keeping your back flat. And then from here, inhale, look between the palms, bend the knees, and then walk or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, find halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands come out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the palms and step back, high plank, top of a push-up. Hold it here. Feel your core engage. From here, we're going to do a little detour. We're going to bring our right knee to our right elbow. You can always do this from tabletop instead. And then step it back, high plank. This time, bring the left knee to the left elbow. Let it hover. And then step it back, high plank. From here, lower down to the ground. You can have your knees up or down, but you want a strong core. Lower, and then inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Hands up, heart up is an option. You can have just the heart up as well. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Option to come over the knees and then press back to down dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, look to the top of the mat, bend the knees. Exhale, make your way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, let's do it again, arms out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway, keep that long spine. As you exhale, plant the palms and step back to high plank, top of a push-up. Inhale, right knee to right elbow and hover. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, left knee to left elbow, hover. Exhale, step it back. Inhale here, engage that core a little bit more, maybe shift forward, and then lower down to the mat, knees up or down. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, curl the toes under and press back to down dog. Option to come over the knees and then press back. Inhale here, long spine. Exhale. Inhale, look between the palms, bend the knees. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, engage the core as you lower down to high plank. From here, inhale, right leg hovers. Exhale, step it back, stay strong. Inhale, left leg hovers. My hips don't move as I exhale and step it back. Inhale, stay strong, stay here. Exhale, now you can lower down, knees up or down. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, press back, down dog. Option to go over the knees or simply press back. Take a deep breath in, spine is long. Exhale. Inhale, look to the top of the mat, bend the knees, and then make your way to the top and find a seated position. From this seated position, we will have our feet out in front of us, knees are up, and our spine is long, so we're not dumping into the low back. Chest is lifted, hands come behind the knees. From here, we're going to come to boat pose, Navasana. You can begin to lean back, let your feet float up off the earth. Still keeping that long spine, still keeping the chest lifted. Not letting the chin come down, but keeping it in a neutral position. From here, decide if you would like to release the hands. If you still feel like this is not a challenge, you are welcome to extend the legs. Keep the heart lifted, keep the spine long. Take an inhale here. Exhale, begin to lower halfway down. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise up. From here, bring your knees into your chest and roll to your back. And rock side to side, letting that low back release. And then coming back to center, we're going to do yogi bicycles. So we'll bring our hands interlaced behind our heads, extend that left leg, and then bring that left elbow to the right knee, and switch, and switch. You can go as slow or as fast as you want. Try to be mindful of your breath, and maybe matching the movement to the same pattern as your breath. And then 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees into heart center, give yourself a hug. Again, rock side to side. And then start rolling top to bottom along the length of your spine. On your third rock, cross your ankles and plant your hands on the mat in front of you and come to downward facing dog. From here, come down to your knees. And then we're going to sit on our heels. If that is not accessible for you, you're always welcome to take a block and put it underneath your thumb. So from here, we are going to work on engaging the core a little bit more. So we're going to bring the hands to the mat in front of us, or if that isn't an option, the hands to blocks in front of us. So from here, we're going to lean forward, so getting a little bit of that wrist warmed up, and then maybe begin to extend the hands and lift the knees up off the mat. You can, an option, begin to lift one foot off the mat and then set it down. Maybe lift the other foot off the mat. Try that again. Right foot lifts, engaging the core, really feeling it lifting you up. Left foot lifts. Look forward rather than down so you don't go down. Right foot lifts, left foot lifts, and then lower back down. Very nice. Hopefully you felt that core engagement as it comes up and in and really lifts you up, which we're going to need when we come into a tripod headstand. So from here, we will return to downward facing dog. So hands in front of you, maybe step your feet back to that comfortable length for your down dog. And then inhale, press the mat away from you through the palms. Exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step it through to low lunge. Inhale, pivot that back foot 45 degrees, and we're going to come up to warrior one. You can always widen or shorten your stance so that your hips can face the front of the ring. From here, inhale, that right leg will straighten, and then exhale, begin to hinge at the hips, reaching along with the fingers so your spine is long, and then begin to hinge towards the earth until you feel that stretch in the back of the right leg. Try to keep your spine lengthened. If you have a block nearby, you're always welcome to use that to bring the earth closer to you. Continue to breathe here in pyramid pose. In pyramid pose, we're going to begin to come to revolve triangle. So plant the left hand on the mat and bring the right arm up to the sky. You might begin to feel a stretch in the outside of that right hip. You can always bring a block to that left hand, maybe letting you open up a little bit more and reaching that right arm up to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the right hand back down to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend that right knee. Inhale, bring the hands interlace behind you, open up the heart, reach them back behind you. Exhale, come to humble warrior. So your torso comes the inside of that right knee. On your next inhale, rise up, release the hands towards the sky. And then exhale, plant the hands towards the earth, pivot that back foot, and step the right foot back to meet the left. Option to take a vinyasa or meet us in down dog. If you're doing that vinyasa, lower down, knees up or down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, step it through low lunge. Inhale, pivot the back foot 45 degrees and rise up, warrior one. Option again to widen or shorten your stance. You want your hips facing the front of the ring. From here, extend that front leg and then begin to reach through the crown of the head, through the fingertips, and hinge at the hips as you come closer to the earth, letting the hands find the earth in pyramid pose, keeping that flat back. Again, option to bring the hands closer or bring the earth closer to the hands with the block. Feel the stretch in the back of that leg. And then when you're ready, option, plant that right hand to the mat and bring the left arm up to the sky for revolve triangle. Again, that block is optional if you would like to have your hand on the earth. You might feel a stretch in the outside of that left thigh. Take one more inhale here, and then exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Inhale, bring the torso up, and then exhale, find yourself in warrior one. Inhale, hands come behind you, interlace them, and open up the heart. Exhale, bring the torso to the inside of that left thigh. Continue to breathe here. Letting that slow, steady breath be your focus. Help you maintain your attention, that mind-body connection. Inhale, release the arms up to the sky, rise up. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Pivot that back foot, step the left foot back to meet the right. Option to flow or meet us in down dog, skipping the flow. If you're flowing, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, use that core, press back, downward facing dog. This time from here, we'll be doing dolphin push-ups. So we will come down to our forearms. So with our forearms here, maybe walk the feet in just a little bit. Maybe. As you take another inhale, bring your chin to your thumbs. And then exhale, press back. Whew, that one's hard. Inhale, chin over the thumbs. Exhale, press back. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Stay here. We're going to inhale, lift the right leg. Notice how your elbows, your arms, they have to really hug and engage to keep your here. And then bring that right foot back down. Bring that left foot up. Isometric contraction of the shoulders. And then bring it down. And then rest, bringing the knees down to the earth. Let the knees come wide. Sink the hips back, let the hands stretch out in front of you into child's pose, or an option for those prayer hands coming to the base of your neck. Stay here for a few moments, finding that breath, let it slow down. Inhaling back up. We will be needing our blocks again. I might help Susan with this one, so I'll come back there. So what we're going to be doing is toe touches. So you will find yourself in downward facing dog with your hands on the blocks. Susan is very gracious to demo this because these are not easy. These are some pretty core intensive exercises. So what we're going to do is we're practicing putting more weight into our hands and bringing our weight more over our wrists, over our shoulders. So from here, Susan is going to begin to come up onto the balls of her feet, onto her tippy toes. And she's going to swing with control one foot, yep, that right foot up to touch the wrist. Very nice. And then step it back. And then she'll do the same with that left foot. Coming up onto the tiptoes, yep, bringing that left foot up to the wrist and stepping back. Do you feel that core work? Yep. One more time to each side. Very nice. For an extra intense posture, you can try this time bringing the foot in between the palms. So really coming up onto the very tiptoes. Yeah, I like that. And then stepping it back. You can always just come to the wrist like we did before instead. Very nice. If it doesn't quite make it, that's okay. So from here, come back down to your knees. Take a little bit of a rest, shake it out. Maybe shake out the wrists. Roll, take some wrist rolls. I don't know about you, just watching that made me want to open up my chest. And then from here, I think it's about time for our peak pose of the tripod headstand. Yay! So there are a couple different ways you can take it. Susan is going to be doing it on her forearms, and I will be doing it on my hands. And so to start, you are going to take your elbows to the ground, and you want them to be about the same width apart as your hands are. So you take hands to opposite elbow, find that spot. So this is where Susan will be keeping her elbows, and she will be bringing her hands interlaced in front of her, so you have a triangle. So I will scoot forward so you can see Susan better. So if you were going that route, Susan will demonstrate that you put your head kind of in that nice cup that your hands make. If you are going the route that I'm going to do, you put your head right there as well, but then your hands come to where your elbows just were. So from here, yep, Susan has it. You're going to come up into almost a down dog, or very similar to what we just did with our toe touches. So your core is engaged and you're stacking your hips on top of your shoulders. From here, maybe lift one foot up and then bring it into the chest. Yep, maybe try the other. And then bring it back down. So as you are ready, as you're feeling more steady in this position, you are welcome to bring both feet into the chest and then maybe extend one and then the other. Uh-oh, scared. You fall out of it. It's just yoga's way of saying we get to practice getting right back up. So you have two different ways. Either way you go, you want to be pressing or bringing the inner thighs kind of pressing in towards your midline. So hugging the thighs together. You want to keep your shoulders activated. So you're kind of hugging the humerus or that arm bone into the shoulder, keeping everything isometrically contracted. Very nice, Susan. And then you're reaching the feet up towards the sky and you're bringing the rib cage in towards your spine. So you're not banana backing, but really preventing that rib flare from happening. And when you're ready, you can come down. If you're in this 90-degree angle with your arms like I am, you're welcome to come and bring your knees to your triceps, kind of similar to the shape that you take when you're in crow pose. And then when you're ready, return to a seated posture. Okay. So those are two different options for tripod headstand. And now I think it's time to cool down, right? So from here, we'll bring our hands to the mat, fingers spread wide, step back to downward facing dog. And we'll bring that right foot up to the sky. And then we'll find pigeon pose. So right shin comes across the top of the mat. And you can walk that left leg back, let the hips face forward, and then hinge at the hips, folding forward. If you find that this right hip is floating up in the air, and maybe you're coming on, all of your weight is coming onto the left hip, find that block, maybe put it onto the right hip so you can have your hips square and even, and then hinge. That will help your hips to be able to relax so they aren't holding on to any extra tension. They aren't contracting to keep you up. They're able to relax and let you kind of melt into the pose. So you can bring your forehead to the mat or to your fists. And begin to slow the breath down. Headstand can be a challenging pose that can begin to make our heart rate get a little bit faster, make our breath go a little bit faster. And so we're able to slow it down in pigeon pose. And on your next inhale, come back up to your palms. Remove that block if it's there. Place the palms on the mat. Curl the left toes under and step the right foot back to meet the left. You're welcome to pedal out the legs. You're welcome to bend that right knee, open up the hip, and find wild thing. You can let that left leg pivot, let the right foot fall to the earth, opening up the front body. And then flip back over. Finding down dog again when you're ready. We'll do the left leg lifts. And then bring that shin across the top of the mat. Walk the right foot back. Let the hips face forward if you have them pretty high up so that they can both face the front of the room. You bring that block underneath the left hip and then begin to hinge, lowering down. Letting your forehead find the mat or another block or your fist so that your head and neck can relax. You're releasing the jaw, releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Beginning to watch the breath again if you lost it. Returning your attention to the breath. And then on your next inhale, coming back up to your palms, removing that block if you had it there. Curling the right toes under and stepping the left foot back to meet it. Finding down dog. Option to reset by walking out the legs. Or maybe lifting that left leg, bending it, opening up the hips. And then bringing the weight onto the right hand, pivoting the right foot as you let the left foot find the mat. Reaching back with the left hand, opening the front body. And then as you're ready, flipping your dog back over. Returning to downward facing dog for the last time during this class. And then walking your feet forward to the front of the mat and finding a seated position. From the seated position, we will lower all the way down, having our feet near our hips, knees pointing up to the sky, arms along our sides. We'll find bridge pose. So as we inhale, feet press into the mat, lift the hips up, open up the heart, letting the shoulders press down into the earth. Each inhale, you lift the hips. Each exhale, root down through the heels. Quads and glutes, core, they're all engaged, but they're not holding on for dear life. They're only engaged as much as we need them to, and then any extra tension we let go of. One more inhale, lift, and then exhale, slowly lower back down. From here, bring that right ankle to the left knee, let it fall out so you're in figure four. On an inhale, lift the hips up. If this is not comfortable or accessible for you, you can always do traditional bridge that we just did instead with both feet on the earth. One more inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly lower down. Release that right foot. And then left ankle to right knee. Inhale, lift. Again, option to keep both feet on the earth. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, you press the foot down into the earth. One more inhale, lift one more time. And then exhale, slowly lower, releasing that left foot to the earth. Walk the feet wide to the edges of the mat. And then allow them to windshield wiper back and forth, side to side. Allowing the hips and low back to release, to let go of any tension that may have developed during the last few postures. And then bringing them back to center, walking the feet in line with the hips. Bring your knees into heart center, give yourself a hug. Rock side to side. From here, return to center. Release that left leg towards the front of the room. Bring the right knee in. And then bring the right knee across the left side of the body. Letting that right arm extend out. Gaze can follow if that's comfortable for your neck. Relax the top hip. So hips are facing one direction. And that right arm, the chest is facing the opposite, creating that spinal twist. Bring the right knee back to center. Extend it towards the front of the room. And then bring the left knee in. Give it a hug in. And then guide it to the right side of the body. Left arm extends out. Gaze can follow. Again, relaxing that top hip. Letting yourself melt into the spinal twist with each exhale. And inhaling, bring that left knee back to center. Exhale, release it towards the front of the room. Inhale, reach the arms up and back. Reaching long, stretching long, fingertips, toes. Exhale, release. Inhale, stretch long, fingertips to toes. And exhale, release. From here, we'll be getting ready for Shavasana, so make yourself comfortable on your mat. You can let your feet go long towards the front of the room. Let the arms come out along your sides, or have the feet go wide and let the knees fall in. A lot of times that can feel better for your upper back, or your low back. Wherever you are, allow yourself to have the next minute or two to relax and release. Knowing that you have given yourself permission on your mat to be in a safe place, that you have nowhere to be. You have permission to not think about anything, to clear your mind, which can be a challenge, and that's okay. You can use this time to practice clearing your mind. So every time a thought comes wandering through, you can acknowledge it and then let it go on its way. Maybe placing each thought on an autumn leaf as it falls down into a bubbling brook, and then goes on its way, floating downstream. Each thought landing on a leaf and floating away, as many leaves as needed, as many times as needed. Continuing to practice, allowing the mind to release, allowing the body to release. And beginning to bring awareness back to the body. And starting with the toes, gently wiggling them. You're rocking the ankles, rolling them. And traveling up the body, maybe taking the thumbs over the fingertips. Gently waking the limbs. You're rocking the head side to side. And as you're ready, bringing the knees into heart center and giving yourself a hug. Telling yourself thank you for taking the time to commit to your yoga practice today. Thanking your body for doing all that you asked of it. And then rolling to your right side, using your right arm as a pillow. Stay here for just a minute longer. Just noticing how you feel. Knowing that you created this feeling, that you have access to this at any time, any place. On an inhale, using the strength of your arms, keeping your eyes closed, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. You can bring your hands to heart center. And allow yourself to feel gratitude Gratitude for the practice. Gratitude for those in your life that you interact with every day. Gratitude for the ability to move and breathe. And bringing your thumb knuckles to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, the place that helps us to see what cannot be seen. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yay. Bye,
Have a
guys.
good day.
Yep. See you next time. Thanks, Susan. And Koa's back there too, if you can still see her.